Hi, I'm Camilla.
And I'm Kane, and we are
the FI Resellers. And we are back. Hope that you missed us, but we are back with 3 weeks worth of sales. So we are going to show you some of our best items that sold, and then we're going to give you a summary of how much money we made. We were gone. We were out of town for a couple days last weekend. We just figured that we would do 3 weeks all at once. So really jam-pack this video with lots of BOLOs. And we're going to give our predictions on how AI might start to affect reselling on eBay and Poshmark. So you'll want to stay tuned if you're interested in that discussion.
So what we've got here is Cockatoos by Andrea. This is something I randomly found at the Goodwill outlet bins, and I didn't know much about it. Obviously, I looked it up. It turns out these things new are going for like $300, but we ended up taking an offer for $60 plus shipping. And you take a look at this, and anything made in Japan is worth looking at, in my opinion. So that's something that just caught my eye. And obviously this is a very neat item. It's very detailed in all of these feathers and whatnot, and it's just a really lovely thing. So sure enough, it turned out to be something pretty valuable. This thing overall is in really good condition, so I'm just really happy that I'm able to find this thing a new home for someone that can really appreciate it.
Okay, so here we have a PJ shirt by the brand Print Fresh. And I think that Kang picked this up. This is not a tag that I would usually look twice at. Kang picked it up, and I'm really glad that he did because it's an Anthropologie brand. These pajama sets sell for a lot of money new. And this one is a size 6X, which is great. We sold it for $41 on Poshmark. That was an offer that our Posher VA sent out to the liker. And I'm really glad that this sold. It has been listed for a while, so was not a fast seller. I think because it's just the top, we don't have the shorts. I think if I had the full set, it would have sold faster, but we got it from the bin, so that's like, 1 in a million to find the full set of a pajama. Definitely be on the lookout for this brand. It's definitely one that people are looking for and buying online. So this is a crocheted Afghan blanket, and not to be confused with quilts, although we pick up a lot of quilts. We do occasionally pick up Afghans. We used to pick up a lot more of them when we were like super excited about quilts and blankets and stuff, but we've really kind of cooled on a lot of them. This one took a really long time to sell, and it sold for $39 plus shipping on eBay. And so this, style, it's really nice. I think with the stripes, it's very classic, but it doesn't have, that kind of unique crocheted look that some of the other blankets that we sell for more have. So now we kind of try to limit ourselves to just picking up granny squares and granny stripe blankets and kind of straying away from these more like basic blankets, but we'll show a full picture of what this one looked like in our listing. Often with blankets, what we think is, we'll keep it until we sell it and we will use it in our home, and we do that. We do end up using them, so it's not a total like, oh, I can't believe it took so long to sell, because we were using it the whole time, so whatever. Here I have a set of figs, and this brand, Figs, is definitely one you want to be on the lookout for. It's a scrub brand, and they can go for a good amount of money. This set together sold for $50. I've never sold a full set before. I've usually found them in, just the shirt or just the pants, or not the same color or not the same size. But this day, I actually found 2 shirts and 1 pair of pants. So I put the 1 shirt and the 1 pair of pants together, and I sold these together for $50 the same day they were listed. So that makes me think that I probably could have sold them for a little bit more. Figs makes it easy. You can look up the style name. It has the little code on there, and so it makes it really easy to find exactly what you're looking at. And people buy these, they come in kind of standard colors and standard sizes, so people can buy them online. And people love these. I don't know if just people who work in, medical professions wear them, or if other people wear them, but they're super high quality. And I find them often at the bins because not a lot of other people recognize them. There are lots of scrubs in the bins, lots of different stuff, and they aren't immediately like something that jumps out at you. So they can be easily passed up if you don't know what you're looking for. But you, after watching this video, will know what to look for. Okay, so we sold this bundle on Poshmark, and I was so excited to sell this because it had a couple things in there that we have had listed for a really long time. So the first thing that you'll notice here is this nice Hawaiian dress. This is by the brand Royal Creations. I priced it at $40 originally and had marked it down to $37. And I just think it is so beautiful. That was the reason I priced it pretty high, because I just thought it was so well made. It was so nice. We've had this for a little while, about over a year, but then these other two we've had for a really, really long time. This bow blouse, this we've had since 2020, and we had actually pulled it to give it away because it had been listed for so long, and it finally sold before I had delisted it and actually given it away. And then the best part of this bundle, and the one that really gave it some value, is this blanket. It's by Anthropology, and it's like this tufted blanket. It's really cool, very bohemian. I was so excited when I found it in the bins. I found this at the bins in Austin, and I thought it was such a cool find, but it's been listed for forever. Not a lot of interest on it. And on eBay, I'd actually marked it down to $25. On Poshmark, it was still listed for $100. So I'm really excited that this sold on Poshmark. This entire bundle sold for $123. So overall, a great sale, and hopefully this will be under 5 pounds. Somehow I doubt that, so we will probably have to buy some extra postage, but we'll keep you updated on that. Okay, so here it is in the box. We are going to wrap the blanket in some craft paper, but it is under 5 pounds, which is so exciting. We are so happy when that happens, because if you have ever sent something over 5 pounds on Poshmark, you know it gets super expensive super quickly. So we are so happy that this is covered under Poshmark's flat rate shipping.
Here we've got a pair of Timberland Pros. These are steel toe and waterproof. They're pretty nice, actually. They're in pretty good condition considering they're used. And when it comes to used items and it's really workwear like this and has a dedicated function, and it's for people who are going to be using it in rugged areas anyway, it doesn't really matter that the toe here is kind of scuffed up, but it does matter that the steel part is. So we picked it up and we sold it for $40 plus shipping. We're pretty happy about that. We've had it for a little while, so we took an offer on it. So we're gonna ship this out, and hopefully the buyer likes it. We've got a pair of Ariat boots. We really love picking up Ariat. It's one of our favorite brands to sell. It's a very Western, very cowboy-ish brand. So we generally pick it up when we see it. Shirts, jeans, boots especially. And so this is kind of a reddish pink. It's really nice, really good bottoms as you saw, and pretty good condition overall. The leather's in pretty good condition as well. So the $50 that we got for this is pretty good. We actually listed it originally for $75. We ended up taking an offer for $50 because we just wanted to get some of this stuff moving. One of the other things about boots, especially Ariats and a lot of the other popular brands, is that it's really easy to look up. They've usually got the style in there. It makes it very easy to look up comps, so you'll know what you're buying, and hopefully you can make an informed decision for the right price. Here we've got a really nice coat. It's by the brand Lakeland. This is the first time we've picked it up, and this is the first time we have sold it for over $100 is what the buyer paid all in. So really happy about getting an offer for this, $92 plus shipping. We had it posted for only 2 days, and we got an offer that we're really happy for. So ended up taking that offer because of this thing. Even with this issue, we disclosed it. We made sure the buyer knew. He confirmed in a message that he saw it. He said, that's okay. I'm gonna have to get it cleaned and mended. Anyway, there were a few other issues with it. Obviously, we disclosed these, but overall, this is a really, really nice coat. I'm gonna pop up a full picture here, but this is suede, and it has this really nice lining, just a really substantial piece. And so be on the lookout for Lakeland. Be sure that you look it up, because there aren't a whole lot of comps that we had to go by. Just enough for us to know that this is a really, really good piece to pick up. Over 100% sell-through rate for this particular size. So we made sure that we did the comps and picked it up with confidence.
Here we have some Asolo hiking boots. I don't know if I'm saying that brand name correctly, but these sold for $42 plus shipping. Definitely be on the lookout for hiking boots. We frequently pick them up and look them up, because hiking boots can be pretty expensive new. And depending on, what state they're in when they're being donated, obviously some hiking boots are just like destroyed when they get donated, like really that person should have just thrown them away. But a lot of them are from people who, maybe they went on a couple hikes and then, are like, oh, I hate hiking sucks, and then they donate them. Those are the boots you want to pick up, because those are worth good money. And this is a really good brand, so definitely be on the lookout for this brand specifically. Okay, so I sold this Macintosh coat. It's called a vest coat, is the style of this, this coat. and that is specific to this brand Macintosh. This one is a vintage one. You can tell that by the tag. I have a more recent coat by this brand and the tag looks totally different, but these are sought after. I don't really understand why. I think it's something like with the zipper. It's basically supposed to be like a vest within a coat, I guess is why they call it a vest coat. That would make the most sense. But anyway, this is, wool, and it's in really nice condition. It's high quality. And so I sold this for $50 on Poshmark in just a couple weeks. So I just listed this recently. Didn't take that long to sell. I've sold this brand once before, so I knew, what it was when I found it. So I didn't need to look it up. But this was nice. It's in a women's size 8. That's the reason, it sold for as much as it did, and it's in really nice condition.
Very exciting sale today. We finally sold this Brioni suit. This is 100% a brand to be on the lookout for. Brioni is one to always look up. What you'll want to do is look it over, make sure it looks fine and there aren't too many blemishes, because oftentimes suits will have blemishes from events and all of that, so I wouldn't be surprised if there were some blemishes. Now, we got this for pretty cheap, but we sold it for $175 plus shipping, so the buyer was all in about $190. And even with this blemish here and something on the back here, let me show you real quick, there's even this right here. You can see that it's basically a few small holes, and it's still sold for that much. So you can imagine what this would go for otherwise if it was in like perfect condition. We originally listed it for $250, kind of shooting high, and landed on $175, and we couldn't be happier because this is an excellent sale. We messaged the buyer, made sure he saw the blemishes, and everything's good to go. We're gonna ship it off. So be on the lookout for Brioni. Always look it up. We would even pay up for this. We just really got lucky because that estate sale was kind of a gold mine. Basically, what I'm thinking at this point is it was a once in a lifetime estate sale, because I've been going to quite a few estate sales ever since and have not gotten such good deals. So overall, that's the story of how we basically paid like $2 for this and sold it for nearly $200.
Okay, so here we have something out of our normal niche, but it is this Seth Thomas metronome, and I got this from my parents. It was actually my grandparents originally, and it still works. It's definitely vintage, and so when I looked it up, I discovered that this could sell for about $50, which was what it sold for, plus shipping on eBay. And it's just a beautiful metronome. I'm not sure that they make that many metronomes, like this. This is a mechanical metronome, not a digital one. And so I think that's what gives it some value. And, it is definitely vintage. And so they just made things better back then. And so often vintage things are worth money. But something to be on the lookout for. Not something I would have ever thought to sell or to, look up is a metronome. But really glad that we listed this because this was a great profit for us.
I don't know that we've ever come across Gucci, but here we are. Look at these loafers by Gucci, and we sold these on Poshmark for $45, so not too bad. I think that we could have gotten a little more if it weren't for like kind of the condition that it's in. You can see that the bottoms here aren't in great condition, and then over here we've got a little bit of scuffing, so not in the best condition, obviously. I think if we had waited for the right buyer, we probably could have gotten 60 or so, but I'm always in for a quick flip. $45, I'll take it. Now, as far as Gucci goes and authenticating Gucci, pretty hard for us to do because we don't actually authenticate and we don't see a lot of luxury items, but I think that the wear on this and kind of the quality that I feel in the material, stuff like that, kind of gives me a lot of confidence. Obviously, Poshmark has a no hassle return if the buyer thinks that it's not authentic. That's fine with us. We are taking a chance here, but Poshmark is really good for stuff like this where we're confident, but we're not sure. So that's just something that we keep in mind. Obviously, we have eBay and they probably would have been sent to the authenticator. That would have been another avenue. So there are a lot of options that we have as far as trying to authenticate stuff and trying to get these things sold. So we do like to take chances like this once in a while.
Okay, so overall in the past 3 weeks, it makes me think maybe we should have just done a month worth of stuff. But anyway, over 3 weeks, We sold 86 items for a gross revenue of $2,635.55. Our cost of goods for those 86 items was $185.39.
Pretty good.
On eBay, we sold 47 items for $916.85. Poshmark, we sold 31 items for $560.91. On Facebook Marketplace, we sold 9 items for $135.95. So overall, our net profit after fees, shipping, and cost of goods was $1,613.71.
Pretty good.
Yeah, so really good considering we were gone for about 5 days. We didn't list. We didn't, really get any sales while we were gone. We weren't responding to offers. We weren't sending out any offers. And we weren't listing in that time. And so really when you're not listing, that kind of bums your stores out for like a little while. So I was pretty surprised that we had such a good week this past week. Our stores kind of came back to life, which was great. And we are really happy that they did that. We definitely had some things in mind where we were accepting offers and, sending out aggressive offers. And I put a lot of items on auction that will be ending this coming week. Overall, we are trying to make more net profit each week. Our goal for 2023 is $40K in net profit. So we're trying to grow our stores and, grow our sell-through rate and trying a bunch of different things. It's kind of like when I'm not thinking about something, that's what I'm kind of thinking about, is like getting the gears turning on how I can improve our sell-through rate, improve, our net profit per item and all of that. That's all that to say, really happy with these past 3 weeks.
All right, so now let's talk about AI and ChatGPT and how it's going to affect eBay, Poshmark, and all the other reselling platforms. We're going to tell you a little bit about what we know is happening currently and what we predict is going to happen with all of this going on, because the discussion on AI is evolving so quickly. It's kind of mind-boggling. Now that Bing has AI as part of their search, and Google wants to add AI and ChatGPT to their search, it's just craziness. It's going to evolve so quickly. So we're going to talk a little bit about it, see how it evolves in the next few months, because it's going to be that quick. I asked ChatGPT, how can we use AI and ChatGPT to increase our sales as resellers on eBay and Poshmark? Here's what it says. There are several ways in which AI and ChatGPT will be used to increase sales as an online reseller on platforms like eBay and Poshmark. Chatbots. You can use chatbots to automate customer service tasks, such as answering frequently asked questions and providing product information. This can help you save time and increase customer satisfaction. I think a lot of companies already do this. I don't think eBay has ever done this because it takes forever to get into contact with anyone with eBay, but I'm sure that other reselling platforms will probably have automated bots at least help sellers.
Does. I think Mercari, when you message their support, I think Mercari, it's a bot.
It will help you as a buyer at the very least on that end, go through some of those issues so that they can kind of expedite some of those issues so that you're not having to step in as often. So some reselling platforms definitely have already been using that. A lot of retail platforms use bots, and I've seen it in the industries that I've worked in. So definitely something that will continue to be working and probably be more integrated in the future too. Second is inventory management. It says AI algorithms can be used to analyze sales data and forecast future demand, helping you make more informed decisions about inventory management.
Depends probably on how much information you have to give the bot, like how much information there is for it to know to be able to make predictions. As part-time resellers and, selling one-off here and there, it might be a little bit harder for AI to figure that out versus, like a store that has a lot more data and like specific SKUs, like this particular shirt or this particular sweater, and they sell 50 of this sweater, whereas I'm selling one sweater here, one sweater there, and they're all different, so it'd be kind of hard to tell.
Next is listing optimization. AI algorithms can be used to analyze your product descriptions, titles, and images to make them more optimized for search engines. This can help increase visibility and attract more potential buyers.
So this is something that I have been seeing resellers use. It's not something that we have used yet, but it is something that I think is going to come, and it's going to come quickly.
There are already paid services where you can buy credits and you can have this thing pop out some descriptions. We've seen it. We've seen our friends push it, and I think it's pretty interesting. It's not bad. You kind of have to go through it yourself and make sure that it sounds right and that it flows well. Otherwise, it's just a bunch of nothing, right? You can describe an item, but sometimes you just need the keywords and not a lot of fluff. So kind of trying to figure out where that lies and how useful that is.
Yeah, I would be really interested to know, like, if there really is an increase in visibility in actual conversions, you know, in terms of number of sales. Like, does it actually make a difference, or is it just like, you know, your listings look nicer, but you weren't really seeing the sales come from it? To me, it's like, well, if it would make me more sales, then I would do it, I think.
I just want to be able to pop something in and just keep on going and not take extra time. So I don't know that it's currently where it needs to be, but really interesting to know that people are already using it. Next is price optimization. AI algorithms can be used to analyze market data and competitor pricing to help you determine the optimal price for your products.
I think this would be interesting if it could be used, like, once you list an item, if it could raise or lower your price based on, like, if there are other ones available in that same size or things like that. I know, like, on Mercari does smart pricing, but that's really, it's just like, you know, after 2 days it lowers the price by $1, on and on. But if it was more
dynamic
or smart, I guess, like if it was smarter, so it could see the rest of the marketplace to say, oh, well, right now there are 3 other size mediums in this exact shirt available, so I'm gonna lower your price. Or if the other one sells and now you're the only one on the marketplace, then we're going to raise your price.
Right.
So I think that would be kind of interesting, kind of like the way that, like, Ticketmaster does it with dynamic pricing, depending on, you know,
the supply and demand.
Yeah, exactly.
What I want to see is someone creating an app where it is able to pull a comp for us. You put in the name and you pull the comp of the last 90 days on eBay, and then it has it in a spreadsheet for you and says, okay, this is the comp currently, and then you can rerun that as many times as you need with all those same keywords, and then you can have it on a spreadsheet and say, okay, it's fluctuating this much. And that would be really helpful with just trying to reprice things, because when you have a stale item, it doesn't do it automatically for you. That's an old item that you did comps many months ago. And so it would really help people price their items, especially if it's been more than 3 months. Next is customer segmentation. AI algorithms can be used to analyze customer behavior and segment them into different groups based on their buying habits. This can help you create more targeted marketing campaigns and increase sales.
I'm not sure that this would be, like, super helpful to resellers like us that are, you know, really just trying to appeal to whoever.
Right. I feel like this is probably more for the big dogs who sell thousands and thousands and thousands of items, and that's not us. But customer segmentation is a pretty interesting thing. I think it would help people in the future if they have big enough stores. Next is fraud detection. AI algorithms can be used to detect fraudulent activities such as fake reviews or false returns, helping you maintain the integrity of your online stores and prevent financial losses. I think the companies that use photographic authentication use AI to help authenticate items. So this is already being used as a preventative measure, but as far as eBay goes, they are using real life people, and that's a little different. And then when it comes to reviews and false returns, I'm really interested if eBay's ever going to do something like this. I think there's a lot of people just scamming sellers, and it would be really interesting for them to use AI to kind of figure out the length of time people are holding onto items and then returning them or whatever, and then trying to detect patterns that they can find where people are just abusing programs. So that would be pretty interesting if maybe even Poshmark, now that they've been taken over by Naver. I know Naver is really high powered with all of these things, so that would be pretty interesting too. In conclusion, AI and ChatGPT have the potential to significantly enhance the online selling experience for resellers on platforms like eBay and Poshmark. By automating tasks and providing actionable insights, AI and ChatGPT can help increase efficiency, customer satisfaction, and sales. I think it speaks a lot to what is possible with AI and the programs like ChatGPT for you to input something and then it'll spit out data and like even prompts and stuff like that. So if you haven't never used it, you should check it out. It's really, really interesting. Like I said, AI and this whole chat revolution type thing where you're having conversation with AI and having it do things for you is ever evolving very quickly. Let us know how you think AI is going to change the reselling game. in a good way, in a bad way, whatever it might be, let us know down in the comments. Okay, so no more building wealth segment. We are going to update you like we have promised you on our total stock market index experiment. This is how it's doing. Not great, still down like almost $900, but we continue to say that it's long-term and we are going to continue to update you. And that's all we've got for you this week. We're gonna just stay the course.
Yeah. So let us know down in the comments what you think about AI. How is it going to affect your reselling business? Are you already using it in your reselling business? Let us know down in the comments. And if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. That tells YouTube to show it to more people. On YouTube's AI algorithm, we'll show it to more people. And if you aren't subscribed, consider subscribing. We would love to have you as part of our YouTube community.
Yeah, keep that passion burning, y'all. We hope you've been doing well. We've missed you, and we hope that the rest of your year is going well. Hopefully you're using a lot of great new resources in this 2023 so that you can get more sales. We'll see you later.
Bye.